Hey everyone! Looks like we have a new Dragon Ball game on the horizon. And it also looks like we'll be getting our first taste of the series on the PS4. Recently, in an issue of Jump magazine, there's been an article about an upcoming game. Apparently, this is going to be on the PS3, PS4, and 360, with no mention of the Xbox One yet. In the scan, we see images of Goku fighting Cell, Vegeta, and Frieza, along with two other images and a picture of some undisclosed character. We don't have too much to work with, but I have a few ideas. First off, we see what appears to be something modeled after Trunks' time machine. Sources say that this game will involve a new plot revolving around a high-tech city in the future, a time machine, which is evident, and usage of the hyperbolic time chamber. This sounds really exciting. It seems to be breaking the mold of our typical Dragon Ball games, which tend to center around reliving the events of Dragon Ball over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Guys, if you want to see the series, go watch the series. There's only so many different ways we can kill Frieza until it gets really old. Now, what kind of game is it? Well, considering that there is another pretty popular game out in other countries that involves time travel, I'd be willing to bet that this game is sort of based around Dragon Ball Online, the MMORPG game that is wildly popular in Korea. It has a similar premise, user-created characters involved in a time travel story that takes place across all of the canon of, well, Dragon Ball. If this is a fighting game, I'd want Raging Blast 3. The series was heading in the right direction, and then they just kind of pulled the plug. However, with the current trend of games lately, I highly doubt we'll be getting anything of the sort. That being said, I really hope we don't get Battle of Z 2. That game was a bit of a disappointment for me, as was Ultimate Tenkaichi. Actually, let me rephrase. Those games sucked. That's it. Battle of Z sucked less than Ultimate Tenkaichi. However, it still sucked. If we're paying the kind of money we have been paying for these games, we should not be arguing over what game is less bad, which has unfortunately been the trend in recent Dragon Ball games. We don't even talk about the Kinect game. Ultimate Tenkaichi was essentially a demo for the Kinect game, and both, again, sucked. Battle of Z sucked less, but it still had a fighting system that was hilariously and unapologetically shallow. In a fighting game, you want to come back to something that your training can pay off in. Battle of Z didn't even have a training mode. You just got thrown into story mode or online. There was no split screen. I don't know about you guys, but I happen to like to play games with my friends. It's not something that's outdated. It's still cool, guys. It's still fun. Anyways, I'm digressing. Back to the game. From this first glimpse, it looks like it could be a bold, fresh new take on the franchise that will also be its first foray into the now current gen consoles. My guess is the title will also be on the Xbox One, it just hasn't been announced yet. I've heard rumors that this game is due for a 2014 release. Here's hoping, although I'm not sure if it's enough time. But, seeing as how most Dragon Ball games are released in the fall, it's a strong possibility. This game could be the breath of fresh air that this franchise has desperately needed for quite some time. Or it could be just a fancy way of repackaging just the same old crap we've been putting up with before. Regardless, when news comes in, I will be updating everyone as soon as possible.